Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Game Set Live. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 2018 LEGO UCS Y-Wing Starfighter. Amazing set, amazing build. This has been on the top of my list to grab for a long time. Finally found a really good deal used on eBay, so I grabbed that as quick as I could. The previous UCS Y-Wing was in 2004. It was about 500 pieces less. So from my understanding, there's just looking at pictures. I'll probably throw a picture up on the screen right now just so you can get a look at it, or when we look at it later on. Some changing on the detail up front. Minimal changes out back, but then of course with these new UCS releases, you will notice a lot of change in the detail, which is the driving factor of the piece count. So you'll be able to see below the set, how much it cost retail, and then also how many pieces it was, just shy of 2,000. I want to tell you guys, this set is only going to increase in price. It's not going to go down from where it is. You saw how much I paid for it, about $250. That in and of itself was a really good deal. You're probably not going to see much lower than that. So if this is a set that you will want in your collection, you want to grab it sooner rather than later, because it's not going to be very cheap for much longer. Because people like me, we're buying these sets, and I don't plan on selling this anytime soon or ever. So you'll definitely want to jump on that. So as we're looking through this set, I want to give you guys a really good detailed look about all the different aspects, all the various LEGO details in this set, and the figures as well. Not much to talk about on the figures, unfortunately, but we'll get to that later. So first off, the instruction booklet is a pretty typical instruction booklet for a UCS set. It's not going to be the binders like the Falcon and the Imperial Star Destroyer, but there are about 200 odd pages on the light gray. So also with the various details about the set itself. So whenever you get the set, you can check that out for sure. With the Y-Wing, we'll start at the front. This is, I didn't mention stickers yet. It has about 14 stickers. They count one of them as 2. So 14 total stickers. Most of them will be on this front cab. Actually, I think all of them, minus the nameplate, is on the front cab. So just looking in this, you can see the cab right here. Really love the cab. Zoom in there. It has the awesome targeting computer, which I think is a really cool touch to have in this set. You can only lift it up when the cannon is to the side and the cockpit door window is up. So you can lift that, lower it. I think that's a really cool play feature and just overall feature of this set. So we'll get a little closer into the detail. You can see the cockpit really well right there. 3 stickers in there. But after actually watching episode 4, you really notice that those stickers really are pretty accurate to the set. There's a nice little seat that's a flag right there. You can see. I think it's a really good detail on the seat. Front cannons. Everything is pretty spot on with this front cockpit area. The only thing I didn't like about this front is these pieces right here. You can see it's really hard to keep them even, really tough, not ideal. You just kind of gotta push them up, keep them even. This whole front actually was a little tough. Not tough to build per se, but when you're building this front set, a lot of these pieces aren't very securely attached. But thankfully with this, you don't really have to worry about this that much because you're not really playing with this set. So it's not a huge concern, but not completely ideal. I do love this top cannon up here. Fortunately, it doesn't swivel up and down. It does go side to side. And there is a little gear here where you can turn the cannon, which I think is a nice touch. So this front canopy, from my understanding, is a very big upgrade from the previous UCS set. So it was really nice to see very movie accurate, model accurate stickers. I think these stickers do a nice job where the coloring in the set pieces itself can't really achieve. As we move back, you will notice the landing gear across the engine and the front. These sides are both identical, so we'll probably just focus on one side. But you have the astromech droid sits in there. These pieces just kind of give you a good look throughout. There's no real major commenting on this area back here. It's just nice to get a really good detailed look about what's going into these sets and the overall size of it. As you can see, just the minifigure for reference, it's the height of these engines are about the size of a minifigure. So if you think about that in human perspective, it's about 2 meters tall. Very large set, and I think it does it justice. Does the detail justice, the size justice. So I think very well done. We'll take a look at it from the rear end. You can see the detail in here. I really do like these outlines. Looking at the actual Y-Wing model, you can see that those definitely are there, and it's a really great touch that they added on here. These turbines on the back, these are little flags right here. So it's really good detail. It's kind of flimsy. You don't want to mess with that too much, or they could fall out pretty easily. But once again, like I said, you're not really playing with this set, more so for display. So you don't really have to worry about that. I'll give you a look on the underside. You can see the landing gear, as I mentioned before. They have some kind of array, or that might be the shield generator of sorts at the bottom there, right there. But other than that, everything on the bottom it's not overtly detailed, but differently compared to other sets, you do get that more detailed look. We'll spin this puppy around. Very sturdy set, I will say. The Technic, one thing I think they definitely achieved on this set is the Technics don't show through. You don't see that nasty blue, that nasty red, green, yellow popping through. So they did a really good job on this set of keeping those spots hidden. One thing that I do want to mention that I didn't particularly like is this piece right here. These, there's about 2, 4, 6, 8 on each side. A total of 16. They are pretty flimsy how they're sitting in there. So just make sure you're careful with those. They do get a little wobbly, little precarious. So that's one thing I didn't like. I will give you a good look at the nameplate, the placard right here. Just some generic information. And then, of course, right here we have the astromech droid. Pretty more metallic piece, which I think is cool. I don't believe we've seen this before. Actually, I take that back. I think it is in an X-Wing set. And then, of course, as I mentioned, John Vander. He came off. That's okay. Nice little helmet. I don't think this. I think this helmet is exclusive to this set, which is nice to see. For sure. Give you a closer look at him. It's really nice to see a different helmet. It's kind of cool, the different helmets that they have. So, and once again, we do see issues with the printing with the flash on. You don't really see it, but when you're just looking at it in the normal light, his white vest isn't very clear. The light right here is a little deceiving. As you can see on the back, it's kind of faded. That orange really bleeds through. Of course, he does have 2 heads, kind of a scared head face, and then more the happy, confident. We'll leave it on that one, even though he doesn't quite make it out of this one. And now when we jump to we're going to jump to the time lapse now, and just as you're looking at this time lapse, I hope you stick around for the whole time lapse, but you can see the whole table is filled with all the pieces. Like I did mention earlier in the video, I did buy this used, pre-owned. Thankfully, all the pieces were there. That's one thing I was a little worried about, but Because it was pre-owned, it did not come with the normal 15 individually sealed bags. So I had 2,000 pieces spread across my entire table. And let me tell you, it was a bit of a headache, to say the least, to build this set. Sometimes you spend like 2 to 5 minutes looking for one tiny piece. Next thing you know, 2 steps later, you have to find that exact same piece again. So this was a little bit of a longer time lapse than normal. My build time was about 7.5 hours. If you're going to be building this in a more organized manner, I'd expect it to take you about, 4 hours max, and maybe 5 if you're kind of taking your time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you finish the rest of the time lapse. Check out some of our other LEGO videos, and remember to keep it live.